DTI fam, what's good, baby? Another week, but you guys are blessed because we got a cute boy in the back seat and our first guest on one of these daily drive-bys. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. He's going to be a great asset, and he's been a good boy in the car as we are headed back to Ohio for the holidays. Couldn't be more excited to see my family, my friends, and just take some time to disconnect and really create moments and memories with those people that are going to be around that I don't get to see on a daily or weekly basis. And so it's going to be a really good time. Have a lot of fun things on the calendar, but I say all that because I want you guys to remember and know that during these times, they can seem overwhelming. They can seem like the days are moving even faster. But I think what's important to remember is, like, one day these things aren't going to be here. One day these things aren't going to happen, in the sense of, like, everybody who's going to be there this year might not be there next year. We don't know what life has in store for us. And unfortunately, I've had to experience that myself. And so I know what that's like to wish that people were around, to wish that people could be at that table or at that function that we'll be at. And so just really create those moments and memories as you can with those people around you, because one day you'll look back and wish that you were still able to. And so I hope that you take that with a bigger grain of salt, because I don't think we keep that top of mind enough nowadays. And it's always how fast life is moving and how much things are going on during the holidays, and with travel and everything, we can get to seem overwhelmed or stressed about these different functions and events that we have to go through, or making sure that logistics works out. But just remember, like, the main cause of it, I mean, that's the glory in what life is creating memories and moments with those people that you love. So keep that top of mind as you go into this holiday season and into the new year, because one day you're going to look back and be like, damn, I really wish I would have been more present during these moments. One of the things that I posted on my Instagram this week is, and I've been really trying to post every single morning of me in the gym, just to show that habit, to show that pattern in my life, but also put some more meaning and context behind it, between a caption that I say or a saying that I think of, or whatever it is that comes to me that morning. I put on that post so that way it hopefully resonates with other people, and they can kind of see that light in why I do these things every single morning, and why I instill these habits into my lifestyle, because it's truly made me a better version of myself and a better version of me in all different areas of life, both in business, professionally, what I'm building, my relationship, my friendships, my family. Like, all of those different things are top of focus for me because of these different morning routines and habits that I've instilled in my life. And so I wanted to talk about, like, how, as we said, life is short, and some people, hello, mister, and how some people won't be here. I think what we forget to realize is to prioritize ourselves on a daily basis, but not prioritize ourselves on a daily basis thinking and knowing, or thinking and assuming that the results are going to happen that day. You know, there's some people that don't start working out because they've tried before and it's never worked out, but then you get to asking them questions and different things, and you realize that they never stuck to it long enough to see the results, to see the benefits. And again, with this world moving at such a fast pace, and this world moving at such a it's almost like a bunch of things are being thrown at you with social media and just people's opinions and everything, it gets overwhelming, and we forget to realize that, you know, what are we doing today that's going to impact us down the road? And not everything that we do today needs to have that instant gratification that we're used to, and that we I guess, yearn for and want in today's society and today's world. And so what I mean by that is, I made a post and I said, start focusing on your future self. And what I mean by that is the reps that you put in every single day in all areas of life, are those good or bad? Are they moving you forward or backwards? Are they keeping you stagnant? Are they making you happy? Are they making you upset? Are you pushing things off from your past that you need to get over in order to move on? Like, what is that? What are you doing on a daily basis to focus on your future? Knowing that the work you're putting in today, you're not going to see those results right away, but knowing that your future self will see those. And so if you look at somebody who just started working out, worked out for 3 weeks and gives up because they don't see the results or the weight loss or the numbers or metrics aren't aligning with what they thought it would, look at somebody who's been working out for 3 years. They've got more muscle. They're able to control their body weight. They're more happy. They're more driven. They have all of these different assets that have come from showing up today, knowing that they're going to see the results in the future. And as I have conversations with people and stuff like that, you hear about different scenarios that people are going through in life. Some people younger, some people older. But what I catch far too often is that the older we get and surgeries come up and challenges come up, it's so hard, as they say, to teach an old dog new tricks. And by the time you need that change to be here, it's almost too late, because it's like, how do I even incorporate this in my life anymore? How do I even adjust things to be able to see the results that I want to? And so if you just think about, like, why am I journaling one day a week right now? Like, I got a 5-year journal from Lowe 4 years ago. I'm wrapping up on my 4th year with it. And that journal in the beginning, it was cool. I was like, all right, I'll write stuff down. But I didn't see the value until last year, when I was 3 years into the journal. And I was able to read above and see what I was going through on that day, in that year, at that point in my life. And I'm able to reflect on that and be like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe I was that mentally low, or I can't believe I was stressed about this, or I can't believe that I was doing this and I'm not doing it anymore. And so what it does is it allows you to be more present, allows you to be more open, it allows you to be more cognizant and conscious of the things that are going on in life right now. Because like when we go through life, we think it's so stressful right now, blah, blah, blah. But when I look back 3 years ago and I see the struggles I was going through, I was like, dude, this ain't nothing. It's nothing compared to what that was. And so then you get to be grateful and thankful for where you are in life right now, versus thinking it's stressful and overwhelming and daunting. And it's the same thing with working out. Like, I do not work out today thinking that I'm going to see the results at the end of the month. I work out today because I'm hoping that down the line, when I'm 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, I'm walking around, I'm running with my grandkids, I'm hiking on vacations, I'm doing these things to still be able to enjoy life and be present and be able to experience what this world has to offer. And so when I look at my habits that I've incorporated into my life since I went through that mental struggle back in the day, I'm like, oh my God, I've come so far, but I still have so far to go. But what's important is I realize that checking the boxes every single day on those things that I deem important are really setting my future up, are really setting my relationship up, are really setting my friendships up, they're really setting my business up, they're really setting my professional life up. And then it starts to get fun. Because now you're controlling life instead of life controlling you. It starts to get more fun because you start controlling life instead of life controlling you. I wonder how many people out there let life control them because of situations that have happened in the past, because of what they've went through, because of what life has thrown at them, because of their current moment or situation right now. And so they're just they're grabbing onto life and they're like, all right, I guess I'm going on this road. This is my destiny. But your destiny can change when you put the attention into different places. I want my mental health to be better. I'm going to go on walks. I'm going to breathe fresh air. I'm going to get natural sunlight. I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to take cold showers. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to journal. I'm going to work out. I want to feel better physically. All right, cool. I'm not going to eat out as much. I'm going to go to bed earlier. I'm going to have a morning routine. I'm going to have a nighttime routine. I'm going to be more consistent on hitting 8,000 to 10,000 steps. I'm going to be more consistent on focusing on specific things in the gym. I'm going to start meal prepping instead of eating out. I'm going to start having conversations. I'm going to start visualizing. All of those things, and again, some of those just repeated from the first thing. All of those things are playing a factor in this big bubble of your life. And when you start focusing on those little things, it yields the big results, the big picture. I'll continue to preach that, we all have this big picture of what we want life to be. The things we want, the people we want to have in it, the time periods of when we want to accomplish certain things, the different metrics of what we deem success and happiness looks like. But if you paint that big picture and then just go on with life and being like, oh, this is going to happen one day, without putting tangible and actionable items in place, it probably won't happen, and it probably won't come true, and it probably won't manifest into what you want it to. See, manifestation is great because it's like, I'm going to manifest this future for myself. But the only way for manifestation to work is to actually put in the action. In order for manifestation to work, you got to put in the work. And that's checking the boxes daily. And that's why habits are so important. That's why we talk about them so much, is because when you take habits, both good and bad, and you double down on them, the results come. And I'm not saying double down on the bad habits, like do it more, like drink more and sit on the couch more and look at social media more and smoke more and don't exercise more. No, I'm talking about taking those bad habits out of your life, instilling new habits into it, replacing that with something else to be able to see the results of that big picture, that big mindset, that big goal, that big dream of what you want life to look like. And then just be present in the moment and realize, like, hey, I don't have everything I want right now, but I have everything that I used to dream about and more right now. And even though I don't have everything right now, I know I'm going to get it. I know it's going to happen, but I have to put in the action every single day. And I have to show up for myself right now to show up for my future self later. And that's when life becomes easy. When you can show up for yourself on a daily basis and you start winning those days that then win the weeks and win the months. And once you start winning the months, you start winning the years. That's when life starts changing. That's when your dreams, goals, and aspirations actually kick in. That's when all of this stuff comes full circle. You know, just like being mentally drained is hard, just like being mentally tired is hard, just like being anxious is hard, just like being in your head is hard, looking in the mirror and not being happy with yourself is hard. Like, all of that is hard because of the habits that you have in your life. I talk too much about the positive habits and the things to instill in your life, but like we don't talk about the negative habits as much. And so when you can focus on the negative habits to turn those into good habits, now you're moving in the right direction. Now instead of running in place, you're running forward. And so whatever you're taking out of this, all I'm saying is to take this time right now that is busy, that is stressful, to think about what those habits that you're going to take into 2024 or 2026 are good, and which ones you're going to leave back in 2025, the bad. In order to change a habit, though, you have to put something else in place to take off that to take up that time, to change the mindset, to make that repeated behavior that you're doing right now a different repeated behavior. But it's got to start and stop with you. You control your destiny, you control your mood, you control your anxiety and your depression, you control what you take in from this world. Despite if you want to believe it or not, you're allowing, like, this is your filter. You're allowing so many things to get through that filter because there's none there. But when you put boundaries in place, when you kick back expectations of others and things, now you can start really analyzing yourself. And when you start analyzing yourself and being able to understand who you are and what motivates you and your purpose and your why, and you start driving towards those things, that filter goes up and now you don't let things in. You don't let the noise, you don't let the anxiety, you don't let the depression, you don't let the overweight, you don't let the financial struggles. You are where you are today because it's a representation of the habits that you have in place. Hands down, the good and bad habits. So think about how you can leave the bad habits in 2025, take on the good ones into 2026, and watch that big picture become a reality. So there'll be more daily drive-bys that end before the end, or that come out before the end of the year. But I just want to wish you guys a happy New Year, a Merry Christmas, and to really be present in these moments that you have right now, to be able to create the memories in life that, you know, live on forever when other things don't. Always have the desire to inspire. Go out there and make a difference in the world, not only for other people and this world, but for yourself first. Be selfish for once in your life and focus on you, and watch how you can then focus on so much more and so many other things that are out there and around you. That's all I got for y'all today. Thanks for tuning in. Have the desire to inspire and go out there and make the impact that you want by the habits and actions that you have in your life right now today. Much love. That's it.